Hello, this is Cherie Pearson of PearsonCommunications.com, and I'd like to welcome you to our tutorial on how to create pages in WordPress 3.0. Okay, so we're going to go over just the basic steps of creating pages. And pages are different than posts in that posts are like your articles or your blog posts. These things are going to be categorized on the basis of your date that you posted them, the categories that you choose, and so on. Your pages are slightly different, although the way that you would create them is very similar. So let me give you an example of what I mean by a page. For instance, right now we're on the home page of this site that we're looking at. And then we also have an About page. I'm just going to click on About, and right now it has whatever the default information is that WordPress puts in there. So we want to go ahead and create some text and information for an About page. You can also add new pages. So let's just walk through the process of doing both of those right now. The first thing you need to do is go and log in to your site. So now that we're logged into the back end of our WordPress site, we have some options on the side in our sidebar. This is our dashboard, same screen we always see as soon as we log in. And we want to go to Pages. Now, if we click Pages, we know that there are already a couple of pages that are already there. We saw our home page, and then we saw the About page. If we want to edit that About page, we can go ahead and click on that Edit button, and here we are. And I'll just type something in here. This page is all about trees, and anything else you want to put. It's the same concept in terms of your visual editor or your HTML editor. If you want it on your About page to have an image, it's the same process. If you don't know how to add images, feel free to check out our tutorial on how to create a post in WordPress 3.0, and we cover how to add images to your site or to your blog. So I'll also be sure to put a link to that particular tutorial in this in the description section of this tutorial. Okay, so now we see what the About page is all about. If we wanted to change the name, we could do that. If we also wanted to change what the permalink is, that would be, for instance, right now this is the URL to where that page will reside on the internet. So if we wanted to change that to about us instead of just about, we could both change the title of the page as well as the link to the page where it'll reside afterwards. But we don't want to do that at this point. If you want to allow comments on a page, generally speaking, if the page is like your static page on a website, you probably would not want to allow comments on that. You would allow comments on things that are like posts or blog articles, but generally your page really doesn't need to allow any comments on your actual pages. So we'll click to take those off. So now our About pages, it has the changes we made to it, and so we'll click Update, and then we'll go back to the About page to see what our changes look like in the actual live About page. And right now it says this is your first page, and now we see what I put in there. This page is all about trees. You can put whatever you want to put on this site. Okay, so that's done. That is how to edit a page. Usually your template or your theme will come with some default pages, always your home page, because that's going to be the first page that the user is going to see when they come to your site. And then you may have different pages depending on the theme. In our case, this particular theme only had an About page. So let's say we want to go and we want to create a new page. So we're going to go back to our pages in the back end of our website, and we'll click Add New. The Add New is going to bring up a very similar format for entering a new page. In this case, let's call this page Contact Us. And we can put whatever text we want to put in here. So contact us at 555-5555. Okay, and so whatever contact information, and in this case I see I've spelled contact wrong, so I corrected that. And we're in the HTML editor. We could also have done the same thing in the visual editor. And if you want to put your email address or anything like that, you can also enter a contact form here. That's in a separate tutorial, how to create a contact form. You need to have some special plugins for WordPress to be able to do that, or you need to know how to create the form with with code. So one or the other. So we'll cover that in a separate tutorial, but just so that you know, you can actually enter the code for a form here as well if you wanted to do that. In our case, we'll just give them our phone number, but you could have your email address, you could have your physical address, phone number, whatever, however you want them to contact you. If you wanted to put your Twitter page, your Facebook page, or any other website you want to direct them to, you can feel free to do that. Okay, now the next thing that we would look at is we agreed that probably on the contact us information we wouldn't really need allow comments here. Okay, so the final thing that we have to look at in reference to the page itself is page attributes. And what this means is, let's say we had, this is a blog, and we're creating a page. In that case, it might be a page called articles. And in the articles page, we may want to have sub pages to that, like articles on trees, or articles on, whatever else we wanted to have articles on, articles on how to care for trees or whatever, as subcategories to that top category. That's what page attributes would mean. So and it also will control what we see on this particular navigation bar here. So what we want to do is we want to go, and in this case, we don't want any page to be the parent. Parent would mean that page is a level above this page that you're creating. We want this to be a top level page, so there's no reason to do that. We can also, and that's in a separate tutorial as well, create or select default templates depending on what type of page it is. For instance, you'd want a page to be set up differently if it was a blog page versus some other type of page, like maybe a page for a gallery or something. So the pages may need to be set up slightly different. And then finally, order. Where do we want this page to appear in terms of the order on the list? I think in this case, if the page is number 3, or we'll just call it number 2, then that will control what order it shows up in the navigation bar. So finally, you have the option to save your draft. If you're not done, you can go ahead and click save. You can also preview what that page will look like if you want to do that. In our case, we want to just publish it because we made it pretty simple. So after we publish it, we want to go back to our home page, and when we go to the home page, we should see that now we have a new page called Contact Us. We go click on Contact, and here we are. This is just the information that I entered. You can enter as much or as little information as you like. And that's pretty much how you create a page on WordPress 3.0. Thank you for joining me today. If you had any questions about how to create a page or any other WordPress 3.0 questions, feel free to direct them to us at our website at www.pearsoncommunications.com. You can also email us at tutorials@pearsoncommunications.com. Again, this is Cherie Pearson, and thanks for joining Pearson Communications Tutorials. Have a great day.